Hello, everybody. What are y'all up to? What are you doing with your time and with your energy on this Friday? I hope that you're doing all that you can to put all that you can into making this another fantastic Friday. But I realize that there are some who are still asking the question today of how do I do that? When situations right now are still a long way from being fantastic. And child, let me tell you, we don't have time to wait for things to be all right before we believe that they are going to be all right. And we direct our efforts towards making them so. I want to encourage you today to be mindful, to be present, to be intentional, to be purposeful with your words and with your actions. Be willing. And y'all, please be open to change, because things don't become better without some form of change being evidenced. Things have to change to be better. Trust in who you are. Because when you do, you trust in the God who made you. That word trust has been with me all week. So I want to emphasize it here in these moments with you today. Examining who and what you trust says so much, and it does even more. We're living in times, y'all, where we cannot afford to have misplaced trust. So to what degree are you trusting? And is there anything that you are allowing in your mental space, in your physical or spiritual space, that leads to your trust being easily misplaced? We know that when something is misplaced, it's literally in the wrong place, right? Or it's in a place where it was never supposed to be in the first place. If we're honest, we might have an easier time putting our trust in the chairs that we're sitting in right now than in the God that we're believing in. Just keeping it real. Trusting that chair to hold us and support us. But it's God's desire that His children place their full weight on Him and that we fully depend on Him. Someone listening right now has been carrying a weight that you should have set down a long time ago. But I am believing with you in this moment that as I speak these words, your trust will be transformed and you'll be able to lay that weight at the feet of God. To that person whose trust has been misplaced by pride, or by a need for approval from others, that person who has put more stock in what people said or didn't say, to that person who feels like breakthrough has come for everybody else but you, to that person who is sick, that person who is stressed and depressed, about to let defeat have its say in your life, see that trust magnified and in its rightful position. You don't have to have it figured out. You don't have to understand it, but it is a must that you trust. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, verses that are familiar to many of you, read, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight." And the Message version says it like this: trust God from the bottom of your heart. Don't try to figure out everything on your own. Listen for God's voice. And everything you do, everywhere you go, He's the one who will keep you on track. A simple word that when internalized will promote clarity and peace and keep our hearts and our minds. And who among us doesn't have room for more clarity and peace in their lives right now? This has been your Food for Thought Friday moment with Hadia. And I'm speaking freedom from the tug of trying to figure things out right now. And I'm encouraging you to listen for God's voice in everything you do and everywhere you are. I affirm that your trust is in position, and so are you. Now let's go.